Hey guys, it's DW and we're back out in the garage. We got a lot of little jobs that are just ankle biters on this car that we got to get knocked out in this video. So we're going to get it taken care of. We're going to throw this drive shaft back in and bolt it up permanently this time. We got to get this steering column out, get the surface rust that's forming on it off, and then put some etching primer on there to protect it. Maybe just get into a couple other things. Maybe I'll finally get around to welding this window frame in permanently. We'll see. We just want to get all these little ankle biters done while we're waiting on parts to come in. So why don't you stick around and check it out. Alright, well, you guys were under here with me before when I did this. I'll try to do it again. I'll make one attempt at it. I think I'm going to have to jack the back up to line the universal up. There's no way I'm going to be able to get it this way, I don't think. I'll try. Alright. We're pretty close, but we're gonna have to jack it up. One tooth off. I'm not gonna sit here and juggle it around. So bear with me a second. Go around to the other side and get it jacked up and get it in there. Alright guys, we're about a tooth or two off, so I'm just gonna jack it up so I can turn this ratio a little, or the gear up, get the yoke positioned correctly. Get everything right here, so do it real quick. Oh. Alright. See what we got there. Close. It's pretty gosh darn close. It's like right about where it needs to be, guys. Alright, let's set it down, see what that is. Okay guys, as you can see, I got it positioned correctly now in the yoke. There's a little ridge on this yoke so that the universal sits right where it's supposed to, and we're using these splicer U-bolts that go in here like so. They're not much to it, they're just a U-bolt. The things that are critical is you put your lock washers on and make sure you have an even amount of thread on each side so that the saddle of these U-bolts that are flat sit evenly on the universal cap. All right, so that's the gist of it. Put these on there. I'm kind of doing it blind. Hopefully you guys can see. I kind of just positioned the camera where I'm working and hoping for the best. I think it's getting it. Getting the nut started by feel. I apologize. Should already got it. There we go. It started. All right. Like I say, I'll get back in there. I just got them hand tight for right now. The secret is keep them even on both sides while you're putting it on. All right, guys. Well, I got the bolts in. I'm just going to double check the torque value with you guys. you know, the vendor said between 14 and 17. I think they're around 15 and a half, 16. I got this old Craftsman dial one. It's the only one that'll fit. Let me see if I, oh man, I'm sorry guys. That's no good. All right, but I wanted to see if I could show you what the torque is there. I'm gonna have to look at the camera afterwards and make sure, but that should say about 15, 16 pounds. All right. All right, I just peeked, it does. And all four, I checked all four, take my word for it, we're all between 15 and 17 foot-pounds. The lock washers are on, so I feel confident with this. I'm just gonna take a minute here to wipe off the handprints that I just put on our nice polished shaft. It'll only take a second to wipe them off before it turns into something else, get that wheel from my hands off of them. All right, and then I'll get back out from underneath this and we'll move on to the next thing. All right, guys, I just got this steering column's just temporarily in there. We're gonna pop it out real quick. I only got the set screw one little turn and on the other side. Let me get that off. And those nuts are only hand tight. And I'll show you what I mean. I got a humidity problem in this garage and we gotta protect our steering column. So we're gonna pop it out real quick. And I'll show you what's going on here. It might be easier if I get the socket with an extension. I don't need no wrench, it's just where it's located. It's a ½ inch. Yeah, it's ½ inch. Come right out of there. Take a look at it on the other side. Need a little help. Let me see if it's easier to take the knuckle out with it. Let's try that. See if that'll get it. There we are. The knuckle came with it. This Flaming River thing, I mean, I'm not thrilled with it. It works. You see how it's got indexed to holes or indexed for the set screws? It holds once it's in there. It's just kind of goofy. So you guys saw it came out, that the knuckle hit it. It came out with the knuckle. Check this out, guys. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look at the surface rust. That's a week. Down through here, it's all surface rusts. You see all that, guys? Hopefully you can see it. I don't know. A little bit through here. So I'm going to clean this up, and then we're going to put some primer on it. I'll be back in a few. All right, guys. Well, I guess it's a couple days later. Back out here in the garage. We're still working on this ankle biter video. I want to get some of these jobs done that have just been not getting done. I want to weld out this window frame that I've been avoiding for 0 reasons whatsoever. It's just going to take a couple minutes to zap it in there the rest of the way. So we'll get that knocked out. And then after that, I might start cleaning out the car, getting ready to primer the dash. I don't know that I'll primer it in this video, but I did start buying stuff for that job. We've had to paint the hot rod black. You guys know I got the high build primer right there. But I bought this, you know, some stuff to mask with. I got this tape and drape. And how much of that I'll use. I bought a pretty cool Durablock set. You know, it's got the long board, it's got the round board for contours, a couple small boards, a thin board. So we got pretty much, I guess, what we'll need. We don't know a whole lot about auto body. We're gonna find out, you know. I bought 100 grit. I bought 220, 400, and then I figured I could finish up with 600. I'm guessing that's going to be okay. If I got to go any higher than that, I do have some different style stuff in the drawer over there. I mean, I think I got all the way up to 3,000. I don't think we're going to get that crazy. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, we'll take it as we go. But first, I just wanted to do this window. I figured I'd show you real quick. You guys, just to refresh your brains, you know, we changed the whole window well on, or window frame on this car. We had to make all these bends by hand. You can see there are a couple little dings that we'll have to body work, but you know, I thought it come out pretty good for what it is. But I just got to make some welds up in here, just a few welds down through there, get it knocked out. All right, so let me get that knocked out, and then after that, I think I want to just start cleaning out the car. See how it's really dirty in here? There's a bunch of crap in here, but I want to get all the grind, dust, and dirt out of here, wipe it all down, clean things up, and get ready to start working on this. All right, because I got to get this dash dressed. I'm going to have to buy some kind of an instrument cluster. I haven't figured out what yet. We're not really going for the Bel Air look, so I don't think I'm going to get all the trim for that. I might get a speaker over there, we'll see. And I don't even think I'm going to have a radio. Maybe we'll get some kind of decorative piece that we make ourselves. I don't know. All right, we're just going to play it as we go. But I might take this door off, and I'm going to paint that outside the car, because I'm going to get Kim to paint something cool, hand paint something cool on that, right? And we'll see what we got going after that. But let me get this window knocked out, and we'll take it from there. Let me get set up. Hey guys, apologize. I thought the camera was running, it wasn't. But I promise you really didn't miss much. I climbed my butt up through this door, made about a dozen or so, maybe a little more spot welds on there, and that's all I did. So you just would have missed the fast forward with a little bit of jazzy music. So let me just show you real quick before I hit this with automotive primer. Anybody that has been watching from the beginning knows, you know, this was a real bugger for me to do. When you get these quarters from the factory, they're flat. You have to make these bends yourself, and they go from like 3/4 of an inch down to about 1/2 of an inch right there at the end. You can see how it is. And I had a really hard time doing it. So I put it in once, it was wrong. I had to see all these holes here. I had to drill them back out. So it's a little ugly by my standards, but it is what it is. You can see it's welded in good. I got welds on, and they're all on the edge. If you noticed, I kept the welds over here on this side, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, you know, when I put it in the first time, and I needed more metal over there, so I had to drill it out. I'll fill these holes up with some seam sealer or something, but I can't be bothered to weld them, because, you know, the rubber and then the glass get pressed up against here, and I've already test fitted that a few months ago, and I don't want to change that by adding a bunch of metal in there. So it's good and strong, it's welded in there. So, you know, and plus, you know, the garnish molding, once you snap this window in with the rubber seal, and then you put the garnish molding on there, it'll be our little secret. We know all about it, but it is what it is. All right, so that's all I did. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to hit this with some primer real quick so it don't get surface rust, and then I'm going to start cleaning out this car and getting ready for the next thing. Okay, so give me a couple minutes and I'll get myself set back up. All right guys, I just want to show you real quick. It's filthy in there, so I'm just going to vacuum it the best I can for now. Vacuum out the whole car, clean the dash area, and then we're going to remove this lid there. All right, but you can see it's just filthy. And you look down here, it's like, man, that looks rusty. Well, that's just rust dust, guys. That's, see, you know, once I vacuum it out, and then I'll wipe it out with a rag and maybe a little bit of, I don't know, paint thinner, maybe, I don't know, just to pull everything off. I'm gonna vacuum at this for a minute. All right, you guys are welcome to watch. All right, so just give me a second here to get going. All right. Alright guys, well the outside of the car is just as filthy as the inside, so I'm probably going to end up cleaning that at some point too, but I just wanted to show you real quick. I vacuumed this all out, and I'm just starting to get little surface rusts and all the scratches, especially over on that side. You can see there's like dust down in here that's like rusted over, so it's caused me a little, not alarm, but I'm going to clean this floor off, and I'm going to go in and order my seam sealer, and I'm going to get a wire wheel and clean all that out, and then, you know, concentrate on getting some of this protected too. Because I mean, I should have seam sealed this a while ago, I just never did. So I'm just going to wipe it out right now, get this dust out, and we'll take another look at it in a minute. All right guys, well I wiped it out. I'm going to do it a few more times just till we get every particulate out of here. But we got the major of it out, and you can see all the scratches from climbing around in here and welding and everything like that. I mean, it is what it is. It's the car floor. But a lot of the surface rust is gone. I mean, where there's little scratches, there's still a little bit, but a lot of that was just, like I said, rust dust from grinding, and you know, it just sits and then it rusts over. But you know, you got a little rust marks from where the scratches are. But we'll get them all cleaned up. All right. And we wiped down the dash a few times. We'll wipe it down a few more times before we put the high build primer on it. But you know, I'm going to go in and I'm going to look at the different floor treatments there are. I'm really leaning towards the Raptor liner, you know, like the bed. It's really good stuff. It's very expensive, but I don't know, car's worth it, so we'll probably go ahead and get some. All right, Kim will just assume it to be another drop in the bucket, right? But I'm going to do this a few more times. I'm going to go in the house right now. I'm just going to work on my editing a little bit. It's getting late. And we'll come back out and we'll work at this video in the car a little bit more tomorrow. Hey guys, it's BW here. It's the next night. I've been out here a couple hours messing around, you know, just prepping the dash, getting it ready. I figured it's a good time to bring you guys in, talk to you for a minute, show you what's going on. Like I said, this is going to be one of those jobs where I'll bring you in and I'll show you what's going on, but nobody needs to watch me sand and paint. So, well, when I paint it in hot rod black, maybe I'll film some of that, because I've never painted before, and you know, you guys that are in the know maybe will laugh at me or say, hey, he didn't do half bad for his first time. You never know. But you can see, I just, you know, this has that sealer, the real good sealer on it, but I wasn't happy when I felt it. It was like, I felt like there was some like particulates that were caught or stuck in it, because it came right from where I had it media blasted. So I just wanted to make sure. So I just kissed it, you know, with this, these green wheels, man, there's something else. If I stayed on it, like you can see here, I could take the metal right off, or excuse me, not the metal, the paint right off. But you know, I just wanted to smooth it out a little bit. And the other side, I mean, there were some spots where he missed, like, let me come around and show you on the other side, you know, there's areas that weren't sealed properly. And that wheel got in there, took the rust right out of it, and getting it fixed up. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna clean a couple more times, and then maybe I can mask. But right here, you can see it's raw metal right here, and it just didn't. He didn't get the sealer on there. I don't feel like it was put on real good. And it was when it was in the rotisserie, because it was hanging on its side. There was a big run right here that I just dusted off because I didn't want to look at it anymore. The dash is far from perfect, guys. I mean, you can see there's a little ding right here. Maybe I can get a little bit of filler and play with it a little bit. I don't know. I'm not really overly concerned with it. It is a gasser, but I do want it to look semi-nice. So, I mean, this is a pretty good dash. There was still sand under here, guys. I had my wand in here and I was blowing, I was vacuuming. I'm gonna go over it again. When I took this door off, and I'll go over and show you that on a bench, I mean, I got a pile of sand right here, and I've cleaned and cleaned and cleaned, and you know, it's hidden in all these cracks and crevices, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But we got a pretty good starting point. I'm gonna start masking pretty soon and putting the high build primer on, and then we can really see what we got to do as far as dents and dings. There's not too many on the top surface, but that one I just showed you on the wing, there's one there. And somebody drilled out, I don't know if they drilled, cut, hole sawed or what, these two holes here. So I'm gonna have to find some gauges for that. They're 2-inch holes, but there's a real rough edge. You can see there's one ding right there I'm gonna play with a little bit hammer and dolly and see if I can do a little bit better than what it is. But yeah, that's what I got going on with this dash. I got to see if I can find a lock for the door for the glove box. I don't have a key for it, and it doesn't stay up. But you can see how it has little cracks and crevices, like, you know, where this bracket goes in. As soon as I took it off, I got a pile of sand out of it. So, and he didn't media blast this. You can see where I scratched at it. You can see the texture of it. That's that teal paint underneath. See it? So I got to sand this down to raw metal, and then put some etching primer on there, sealer primer on there, and then work on that. Like I say, well, I'm going to shoot the hot rod black off the car because I want Kim to paint something cool on that at some point. All right, so that's what I got going on in the car, and we're playing around, having some fun. But I just wanted to wrap this video up. It's getting a little long in the tooth, and this is just little ankle biter jobs. I'm going to continue this video per se. Like, I'll check in with you guys. I'll show you after I get it all masked up. I'll put that in a future video, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, we're working a job. I spent a ton of money yesterday and today, and I'm going to spend some more later in the week. Like Kim says, it's just another drop in the bucket. She's taking it pretty good. She actually laughed a little bit, but but we're getting some cool stuff. I'm not going to tell you what everything is yet. I'll show you as it's coming in. It's like it's spread out. Some of the stuff's going to come right away. Some of it's not coming until the end of October. You know, it's just the way it's spread out, but it's all for the same job. You know, it's tough getting anything right now, but we'll take what we can get. We do have some parts here. We have plenty of stuff to do, so we got plenty of content we can keep making. But I'm just trying to keep painting and sanding as interesting as I can for you guys, because I'm going to be doing that a little bit, but it's going to be cool to look at some of the trinkets we bought. Well, not trinkets, but stuff for the car. All right. So yeah, man, why don't we go ahead and see if we can get you to subscribe to the channel. That would be great. Hit the like button, leave a comment, tell us how we're doing. We're having fun building this car, and maybe I'm partial or whatever, but this is a great car. I mean, it's just every time it gets touched, it just gets nicer and nicer and nicer. And I really enjoy communicating with you guys on Friday Lives. I enjoy making this content, and I'd enjoy it even more if I could get some more subscriptions and get some more people in here participating. All right, so until next week, take care.